Hi there, yogis. Welcome to week 8, day 2 of our Build Balance Momentum program. Today's posture of the day is compass pose. So I hope your hamstrings are nice and loose and you're ready for a good stretch because this is a fun one. And this one's actually a challenge for myself most of the time. So I hope you guys enjoy. You can start by slowly closing your eyes and maybe rolling out your neck. Just coming into a nice, easy seated posture in the middle of your mat. Maybe put a hand on your stomach just to reconnect with your breath. Feel your abdomen rise and swell as you inhale. And then release it all with every exhale. Just turning our attention inward for the beginning of this practice. And just reminding ourselves that no matter what postures we're able to achieve or how deep of a stretch we get, that we're right where we're meant to be. This is always a slow process, flexibility, mobility, and just know that consistency is key. All right, so let's get started today. We're going to place our left hand down on the mat, and let's inhale our right hand up and overhead. Get a nice gentle stretch through that right side body. Good. Deep inhale, keep your sit bones on the mat. Now let's come up to neutral and press that right hand down as we inhale our left arm up and over. Again, feeling that stretch through the left side. Few gentle deep breaths. Let's inhale it up over to the other side again. Making sure those sit bones are on the mat, firmly planted. And then let's bring it over again to the other side. Just warming up our spine slowly today. Now let's drop that left hand over to the right knee as we inhale ourselves over to the right side. And let's bring that arm up and over, reaching it overhead towards that left knee. We're kind of getting our spine and our shoulders warmed up for compass pose, since we do have to bring it up and over the body to grab our leg. So we're just gently getting a nice stretch as we start the class. Let's bring our right arm down now, and let's bring it over to our left knee, open up to the left side, and now let's inhale that left arm up and overhead towards the right knee. Keep your neck relaxed, do a full body scan here, make sure everything's nice and loose and just relaxed and gentle. And let's return to neutral. Now let's gently cactus our arms open, taking a deep breath, and then exhale, bring our arms in front of us together. Inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades, and exhale, loosen up through the spine. Kind of go at your own pace here in your own breath. Just moving those arms, squeezing those shoulder blades, and on your exhale, tucking that chin and bringing your arms out in front of you. And then we're going to come up onto our right knee, and we're just going to extend our left leg out to the side. We want to plant the sole of that left foot on the mat, and let's kind of sink our sit bones back towards our right heel. So deep inhale, spine long, exhale, kind of sink back, feeling that stretch through the adductor muscles of the left leg, so that inner thigh. Again, making sure that whole left foot is planted firmly on the mat to get the best stretch here. Just kind of rock back and forth in this posture, really sinking, moving around, moving your hips around to kind of feel where you get the best stretch. And now let's turn our pelvis to face that left knee and peel those toes off the mat. And let's just send our sit bones back, tailbone tucked, get a nice hamstring stretch. Let's bend into that left knee now. And then exhale, hamstring stretch. Again, those toes are peeled off the mat now. Keeping that pelvis slightly tucked. Then sink into that knee. Feel that stretch. Exhale, release again, allowing your hamstring to release. Inhale in that nice deep lunge and back. Just kind of moving with what feels good here. We're trying to get that nice hamstring stretch. When you're ready, you can come back over and let's exhale our right arm up and over to our right heel. As we inhale our left hand up and back, get this nice slight back bending posture. You can put a block next to your right heel if that's a little easier, but we're only staying here a moment. Now let's do this on the other side. So come up onto the left knee and bring that right leg long and extend it out to the side. We're going to inhale that spine nice and long and then exhale, send those sit bones back towards that left heel. Again, feeling that stretch through the adductor muscles, that inner thigh of the right leg, keeping that the sole of the right foot firmly planted on the mat. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you halfway lift. And then exhale, release again. Again, feeling free to move the body and just notice which area you get the best stretch for yourself. We just want to become more in tune with what our body's doing, how it feels with each stretch. All right, and now let's kind of pivot so our pelvis is facing that right knee. And let's peel those toes off the mat and get a nice hamstring stretch. So hinge at the waist almost as you're doing this until you feel that nice tug on your right hamstring. Remember to breathe, deep inhale. Now let's put that foot on the ground and come into a nice low lunge. Exhale, hamstring stretch. Peel those toes off. Now put that foot back on the mat and come into our low lunge. And then back again. Feels almost like you're sitting in a chair, but yet the chair is not there. So you're just kind of sending those sit bones towards your heel. And then into that lunge again. And back. Now get ready for that nice little back bend. We're going to swing that left arm up and over, dropping that left hand to the left heel as you inhale your right arm up and overhead. Pushing your pelvis forward into this nice little back bend. Good. And then let's release. Bringing our hands over to the right side and coming to this nice high lunge and then back into downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out your legs at this time, fingers nice and wide and clawing at the mat. Bending those knees if you need to find length through the spine. Just take a few deep inhales. Good job, guys. Now let's inhale that right leg up and back. Bend that knee, bringing that heel towards your booty. And let's open up that hip towards the ceiling. You may have to tense your right fingertips. Just feel that nice openness through that hip joint. Breathe space into that hip. And then bring that knee up, tucking that foot in between the arms, planting that left heel on the mat, and cartwheeling your arms up into Warrior Two at this time. Check your fingertips, check your arms, make sure they're nice and parallel to the mat. Feel that strong front leg. Sink a little deeper if you can. And now let's take that left hand and drop it over to the outside of the left leg as we inhale our right arm up and over and revolve to Warrior Two. Find space through the right side body and breathe in that space. And now let's return to Warrior Two, this time dropping our right arm to our right thigh as we come into that side angle pose, inhaling that left arm up and overhead, keeping it in line with the leg. You can stay in this posture Or if you'd like, you can bring your left arm behind the body and bringing that right arm under that right leg, and see if you can clasp fingers behind the body in this nice arm bind. So you'll have to bring your right shoulder down towards your right knee. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can even straighten out that right leg, get a nice stretch. Again, in preparation for our posture of the day, compass pose. Hold and breathe through this posture. And see if you can hop that left leg in now. We're going to see if we can come stand while keeping our leg bound in between our arms. So see if you can rise up, keeping that knee bent if you can. It's a little bit of a struggle. If not, you can just come to a nice rising posture. Maybe you straighten out that knee. Maybe you don't. I apologize, my hair looks disgusting right now. And then slowly release. Maybe you grab that right foot, that right big toe, and open up to the side now in a big toe hold. Breathe. Nice strong left leg here. You can even extend your left arm out if you want. And then let's slowly release. We're going to come into a nice wide-legged forward fold. So hinge at those hips and just come so your torso is parallel with the ground. And then you can slowly release down if you'd like. Maybe releasing your arms towards the ground, maybe clasping your elbows, just gently swaying side to side, allowing your neck to relax, your spine to release. Feeling a nice gentle stretch in your hamstrings. Maybe you grasp that right leg with your left hand and open up that right arm towards the ceiling. And then binding it, tucking it behind the back into your left thigh area. A lot of binds in this class today. Keeping that spine healthy. And we release now and walk that right arm over to the left ankle now as we bring that left arm up towards the ceiling. And gently bind it behind the back if you can. Tucking it in to the crease in your thigh. And slowly release back that arm now. And walk our hands over. Let's walk our feet in just a little bit. Maybe put our hands under our toes. So lift up those toes and put your hands underneath. Gently massage out those hands, massage out those feet. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, forward fold. So as you bend those knees, tuck that head in towards your legs, and then straighten out the legs and come into a nice halfway lift. Just like a nice little spinal flow and a little stretch for the hamstrings as we continue to awaken them today. And you can slowly release your hands if you'd like to, or gently stay in this nice stretch. And then we walk our hands over into a nice downward facing dog. Let's return to our breath at this time. Just a few deep inhales. And then exhale it out. Let's inhale that left leg up and back now. Bend that knee, bringing that heel towards our butts. And let's open up through that left hip. So maybe tent those left fingertips and really find openness in that hip joint. Breathe into that space. Good. And now let's bring that knee under the body, tucking it towards the chest, and bringing that foot to land right in between our hands. And we'll drop our right heel now, and we're going to cartwheel our arms up and into a warrior two on the other side. Now we're going to flip the grip of our left hand as we bring our right arm out to the outer edge of our thigh and inhale that left arm up and overhead in revolved warrior two. Breathe space through that left side body. And return to our warrior two, sinking a little deeper into that front knee. And now let's drop that left hand down to our thigh and inhale that right arm up and over into extended side angle pose. Get a firm stance here as we start our bind. So bring that right arm up and over behind the body and drop that left arm underneath the thigh and see if you can clasp those hands together behind your body, bringing maybe stretched, straightening out that left leg now, trying to keep that left shoulder tucked towards that left knee. And let's hop that right leg in and see if we can come up into a nice standing posture, continuing our bind. You can stay here, or you can rest in tree pose as well if this is just a little bit too much for you. Maybe you straighten out that leg or just for a moment, or maybe you leave it bent. Then slowly release and let's grab that left big toe and open up that leg now to the left side. Continue breathing and slowly release, or you can let it drop like I did. And let's come into a nice little yogic squat here. So let's bend down and use your elbows, palms in a nice prayer position. Use your elbows to kind of push open those knees. And just relax, take a deep breath. So trying to open up those knees now. Let's drop into a boat pose. But we're going to grab our big toes and kind of guide our legs out wide to the side. This is a nice wide-legged boat posture. Balancing on those sit bones. Spine long, so nice long engaged core. Now let's bring that left foot in towards our groin area as we extend our right leg out long. Bringing our right arm to the inner leg. Let's inhale our left arm up and over and see if we can bend over and grab our right toes with that left hand. If you can't, that's okay. You can kind of come into a neutral forward fold. Otherwise, see if you can use your right arm to push into that right leg and open up, pulling your chest through your arms towards the front of the mat. And slowly and gently, you can kind of sink into this posture with every exhale. Be getting a little deeper. And let's slowly release now. Switching our legs this time, so bringing your right foot and heel in towards your groin and extending that left leg out long. You can always grab like a blanket or a block and put it under your butt to kind of bolster yourself and get that nice forward tilt of the pelvis. So let's bring our left arm inside of our left leg and inhale our right arm up and over. See if we can grasp those left toes. Again, pulling our chest forward, using that left arm to kind of push into our leg and open up through the chest. Release yourself into this stretch. And slowly release now. We're going to prepare ourselves for our posture of the day. So let's just gently squeeze our knees together and just rest a moment, gathering our breath. Now let's bring that left heel down towards our groin again. And let's bring our right leg up and try to kind of hug it towards our body. So gently rocking that leg, pulling that shin towards our chest areas. Remember to protect that knee joint though. We're going to tuck our right arm under that right leg so it kind of rests, as you can see here, planting our right arm on the ground, keeping that knee bent. Maybe you extend it long just to see how it feels for you. Just a few nice gentle stretches, bending it and stretching it, just to see if that's comfortable at all. And if that's all you can do today, that's fine. But if you can, grab that heel with your left hand and see if you can pull it up behind the body. So my arm is pulling the leg out to the back side of my head. You're using that to straighten out that knee here. You can lean a little into your left leg if you need to, and then gently release. Now we're going to try that on the other side. How did that feel for you guys? So I'm going to warn you, I'm not going to be as good as I was on the right side, and even my right side wasn't that good because this is my running season, so my hamstrings are very tight. So maybe you will experience this as well, or maybe you'll realize you're super loosey-goosey and can fly into this pose no problem. But for me, that's definitely not the case. So let's bring our left leg up now onto our left arm, and you can gently do those like stretches again where you're extending that leg and bending that knee. I can definitely tell mine's already very tight. Now let's grab that heel and pull it up and over, trying to bring our head in between our arm and our leg if you can. As you can see, I'm struggle bussing, so don't feel bad if you can't get this pose, because it's a very advanced posture, and you definitely need nice open hamstrings. So you can hold it a little longer if you'd like, but that's all I can do for today. Sorry, guys. But that's okay. That's just something I have to work on. So let's bring our right knee now and like kind of stack it over our left knee, pulling our feet in towards the sides of our bodies, and let's forward fold here, feeling a nice stretch through the hip. You should feel it in your right hip or whichever leg is on top at this time. Just sink a little deeper, exhaling into that stretch. Only go as low as is comfortable for you. And then let's release back up. Now let's switch sides, so bringing that right knee down and stacking that left knee over the right knee, pulling those feet towards our bodies and folding forward once again. Nice deep stretch here. And we can slowly rise up now. Inhale, let's kind of bring our arms over in a bind. So bring that left arm down in front and then drop the right arm over it and twist your hands around into this nice eagle arm posture. Now release at this time, and let's eagle arm posture on the other side. Let's just breathe and release. We're going to slowly come onto our backs on the mat at this time. So kind of gently roll yourself down now, hugging those knees towards your chest. Let's bring our right knee over the left leg, so kind of crisscrossing those legs and then pulling those knees towards our chest. And when you're ready, you can kind of bring your legs, wrap them over again, maybe tucking those ankles around each other in those eagle legs and dropping them over to the left side as we bring our right arm out to the right side, following it with our gaze. A nice spinal twist. And let's bring it up to neutral and release our legs at this time. This time, crossing our left leg over the right, grasping our ankles, and then pulling those knees in towards our chest, just gently allowing them to release. Now let's twist them around one more time, tucking those ankles together in those eagle legs. And let's drop them over to the right side, extending our left arm out long to the left and following it with our gaze. Just allowing the whole body to unwind as we gently settle in our practice. We can unwind our legs at this time and tuck our chin in towards our knees and just squeeze the entire body. Squeeze it tight, pulling everything active, core engaged, and slowly release everything. Coming into Shavasana. Allow your arms to hang heavy, your shoulders to relax down and back. And allow your feet to just drape on the mat. Slowly emptying your mind and returning it towards your breath. Notice the rise and flow of your abdomen and your chest. As you return to your normal breathing.